Sylvester, Magic Supreme, one of a number of decent rides for you on Wednesday night. He certainly looked like he was back to form last start.
Yeah, he has. He's he's a horse and he's been consistent running, and I think he got there with a life chance.
He got out to a big lead, Sylvester, and obviously was run down late in the day by Shining Fortune, who's not a bad horse on the surface.
Yeah.
I guess with him, is he a happy horse, do you think, in front like that, being able to dictate?
Yeah, he's a horse. He's a funny horse when you take him back, and sometimes he doesn't produce the same running. And he's better when he get a free wheel from the gates, and when he get a breathe in front, and he'll keep going.
He's got a good gate to work from, barrier 3, so that's certainly a plus, I suppose.
Yeah, he's on a positive side for sure, and he's been running consistent, so I presume he come to this race a bit fresh as well, so it will help him.
I guess in these types of races, Silvestre, sometimes the form can be a little bit hit and miss at times, but he's £6 lower than his last win, so he clearly is a nicely handicapped horse too.
Yeah, he's, like if he hit back to his form when he won, he should be there in the first three.
Caspar winning ICEY looks like a strong chance for you in your stable on Wednesday night. Back to the all-weather.
Yeah, look, he's had the one run on the all-weather where he finished second. What can you say about this horse? He's such a consistent horse, he brings his A game every time he steps out to the races, and we'd be expecting another good performance. Obviously 135, he started carrying a bit of weight now at the top end of the handicap, rated 80, but he's got gate 1. He should be competitive again. He's such an honest horse.
The win last time, obviously, he really does enjoy racing around Happy Valley. Obviously, the form of that race has worked out nicely, so he certainly comes into it in very good order.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a quality animal, and obviously now he's getting up in the sort of 80, so his next step would be getting into class 2 with the low weight and seeing if he's competitive.
Hopefully can do something there. £24 this season, Caspar. I mean, did you envisage, you obviously always hope that they can do it, but did you envisage at the start of the season that a horse like him would be able to rattle through the ratings like he has?
Yeah, look, you always thought he'd sort of win a couple of races for you, but he could be a little bit better than, he's just tough, gives you everything, and he's a chance to probably get to 90 points and then see what happens, but he's done his job already.
Does bringing him back to the all-weather give you, say, a bit of an option, I suppose, given that he is lightly raced on the surface?
Yeah, you need to obviously mix and match with these horses to see where they are, If you just go one-dimensional, it becomes quite tough, but if they handle different surfaces and different tracks, it gives us more options with them.
Yeah, he certainly looks like he does. And just finally, Cass, how did your 3 pull up out of the big race on the weekend?
Yeah, very happy with Straight Aaron. He's pulled up a treat, and Columbus County, and Senatoba again, unfortunately scoped with a lot of mucus, so it's been quite frustrating. So he's off to China, and hopefully some fresh air there and out in the paddock for a few hours a day will help him clear it up himself naturally.
Karis Teetan, sadly ADEFILL's winning run on the all-weather did come to an end last time, but he ran well in defeat nevertheless. What was your take on the performance?
Nicky, I thought he ran a good race last time, even he did not win the race. He's a horse that's been progressing throughout the grade, and he's been running with stronger horses, and I thought last time the winner was a very decent horse, and I think we were still very happy with the run, but I think at this moment we think stepping him up 1650 might be a better race for him.
Yeah, that leads me on nicely to my next question. Of course, he is going up in trip 1200 to 1650. Do you think now he's sort of done his job at this stage over 6 furlongs, and that maybe the extra trip is what he's been wanting?
Yeah, looking back at all his winners, I've always sort of have to work on him, and because of his ability that he was able to win the races. But now when he's getting towards getting more weight and getting with stronger horses, he can't keep doing that all the time. So I think it's the right time to put him in this distance.
And I guess from a sort of a pace, a speed map perspective, a good strong pace would suit him, because as you say, he does let down quite nicely at the end of a race.
Yeah, if the race runs a strong tempo, that will suit him. It's gonna make it hard from the draw, but he's got some nice speed that he can come over and get himself into a handy position. But yeah, if the race run a true run race, I think he'll finish strongly.
Sylvester, HAVA NAGEELA is one of your rides on Wednesday night, an all-dirt meeting at Sha Tin, and this horse has really started to excel on the surface.
Yeah, he has really turned the corner around, The horse is in good form, I believe, and he's come to this race with a chance, you know.
On that last run, Sylvester, it was a relatively small field. On paper, it looked like a straightforward task. Did it feel like that within the race for you on board this horse?
Yes, and I just rode him like he was the best horse in the race, you know, and I didn't give any chances, and, you know, he jumped out sharp, pressed the lead, took over when I went to, and he kept going.
He's got a rising grade. Where do you sit as far as that's concerned? He clearly is upwardly mobile, lightweight as well. There are a few factors positive for him.
Yeah, it's a few factors in his favour, you know, and I think the positive side, we carry low weight, and he's a horse in form. He likes the weather, and he got a kind gait, you know, and he's a horse he can go forward or just puts it behind the leaders.
Just looks very progressive, doesn't he, on this surface?
He has, and he's very fertilised, and he could go on the turf, or he could go as he do well in the weather.